Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Let's get started. So yesterday, I revealed to you guys that I purchased an Arturia Microfreak, and we unboxed it and ran through some presets, and just kind of got a general lay of the land, so to speak. Today, I thought it would be fun if we started with a completely blank patch and tried to build a sound and just see what we could get out of this thing. Now, if you haven't watched one of my synthesizer videos before, I'm very, very new to this, so a lot of times I'll use the wrong language, the wrong terms, and techniques and all kinds of stuff like that, so please feel free to correct me in the comments down below. I am here to learn just as much as I am here to entertain you all. So let's go ahead and start here. I've already got preset number 256 booted up, which is an initialized patch. It does say it's a bass, but it's not. It's just an initialized patch there. In fact, the last like 130 or so of the presets are all just blank patches for you to do whatever you want with. So that's pretty cool. There's absolutely nothing assigned in the patch bay, and we're just on the basic waves oscillator type. And yeah, basically you're starting from scratch. So I thought we'd go ahead and just try to design something. So I don't think I want to use the basic waves oscillator, so I'm going to use the type knob to scroll through these here. I kind of want to start someplace like slightly familiar, so virtual analog. There we go. We'll start with that. Sounds pretty cool. So I believe how virtual analog works is it's two waveforms, and then the wave knob, the wave knob determines the detuning between them. So right now we're at 0. There we go, now they're the same. We can go quite up there, in terms of where we tune those two waves together. So of course you can make simple major minor chords, things like that. But we're going to keep them on the same note, I think. Let's go one octave up. There we go. So for anyone, if you happen to be following along, we're at 73.5 on the detune there. So we've got the timbre knob and the shape knob. The timbre knob is actually going to affect the square wave portion of this oscillator, and it's going to affect the pulse width of that square wave. Whereas the shape knob is going to affect the sawtooth wave, and basically I believe it's how sharp that actual sawtooth shape actually is. So if we turn the square wave all the way down, see, we get a pretty nice saw wave there. Just drop this down an octave. Not trying to kill any headphone users out there. Let's bring our square wave back in. I love this keyboard. It's so fun to play. So there we go. That's kind of what we're looking at for the digital oscillator there. Let's keep our filter in low pass mode. We can mess with the resonance and our filter. Very cool, good stuff. We're going to skip the cycling envelope for now. Let's go ahead and just mess with our general envelope down here. I'm pretty good with no attack, just right into the sound. And I also kind of like the decay / release just completely off. And we'll keep the sustain. We'll keep the sustain at 100, why not? Filter amount is actually envelope routed to cutoff. As you see when I turn this knob, it actually assigns it on the patch bay, so we're not going to worry about that one right now. We're going to go to that, hold it down to set it to 0, effectively turning off that modulation source. So there we go. So now we have a pretty standard analog sounding lead. Cool. Now really quick, if we do want to save this, we can hold the save button down. It's going to say preset saved. If we want to rename it, we can tap the save button and then we'll click this wheel in right here. We'll set the category, in this case lead. I'm just going to name this one test. And don't worry, we're not done with the sound yet, just showing you guys how to save real quick here so we don't lose our work. Just scrolling through with the wheel here and then clicking once we've got it. Then we'll hit save again. So now, if we use the preset knob and go to another patch and go back to it, we'll see that our sound is saved. So the LFO is the third row on the patch bay, and we can affect all of these things here, all these columns: pitch, wave, timbre, cutoff, and then 3 assignable buttons, which we will be using actually. So the first thing we're going to do is I'd like the LFO to gradually change the pulse width of our square wave. So remember that was the timbre knob there. So we're going to scroll with this wheel here till we get down to LFO, and then we're going to line up LFO with timbre right there. Press the key in there, and now we can affect the amount. So I don't know if you can see the screen, but I'm turning up the amount that the LFO will affect that timbre knob. We're going to put it to 5. That sounds good. Don't want to do anything too crazy. Now we click it in, and now that modulation source and destination is set. So now that sounds pretty bad. We need to adjust the rate of our LFO. So right now it's synced to the sequencer and arpeggiator. So to unsync it, which I'd like to do, I'm just going to click the LFO rate knob in. It says LFO sync off. Now, oh yeah, you can actually see that pretty good on the camera. Now we can adjust the rate of the LFO. And I'd actually like this to be a triangle wave, so right here is the shape button. You can see right now we're on a sine wave, so if we tap it, now we're on triangle. There we go, and now we can adjust the rate. I like it a little slower. There's a whole bunch of different LFO shape types here too. Random with a square. That one's fun. Random with squiggles, I guess you could say. That's fun stuff. But I like triangle. Just gonna nicely modulate our pulse width there. But now I'd also like the LFO to modulate the shape of the sawtooth wave, which was set to the shape knob there. So we can have the LFO do both of that, which is really cool. However, you'll notice that on our patch bay, shape is not listed as a destination. So what we're going to do is use one of these assign slots to modulate the shape knob. So what we're going to do is hold assign 1. So it looks like right now it's set to resonance, which we don't want that. We want it set to the shape knob. So we're going to wiggle the shape knob. There we go. We got VCO parameter 3. Of course, this is our VCO, our digital oscillator, parameter 3. Perfect. Now with the matrix knob, we are going to go LFO to assign 1. Click it in to select it. And let's put it at 5 again. So remember, it's the same LFO, so we shouldn't have to really mess with the LFO shape. Nope, that sounds pretty good. Let's see what it would sound like a little faster. That sounds pretty good to me. I like that. Put it in paraphonic mode. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me, actually. I'm not a keyboard player, I'll say it a million times. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with how that sounds. However, I think I would like to take advantage of the Polyphonic Aftertouch on the Microfreak's keyboard. So I touched on this briefly yesterday, but the more of your finger you put on a key, the more of a pressure signal, or press, as it's known on the modulation source column there, will send. So you can actually have that control different things. So in this case, I'd like it to control the pitch, because every keyboard player that I've ever seen, or at least every wannabe like me, goes like that and wants to hear some vibrato. I think I just shook the whole desk. But you can make that happen on the Microfreak. So we are going to scroll to press, and then we're going to have it control the pitch, of course, because we want vibrato. So just right there. So now every 2 full units is a half step of bend. So that takes us from F to F sharp. If we set it to 4, we'll go from F to G. That can be pretty intense when you're playing because of how sensitive the keyboard is. So you can mess with it. You could do, shoot. You can go a long way with this. Yeah, it'll let you go 50 half steps. So that's pretty cool. It'll also let you go down. However, for our purpose here, I think I'm going to set it to like 0.7. Not even half of a half step. Just enough to barely be noticeable. Maybe a tad bit more than that. All right, let's go 1, half of a half step. So now, depending on how much of your finger is on the key, we will get a little pitch bend. And it's a little hard to hear there. But now, when you're playing, you can actually get a response when you wiggle your finger like that, a little bit of vibrato. And of course, like I showed you, you can make that as intense as you would like. And you can also map the keyboard press to any knob on this thing, thanks to the patch bay there. Remember, with those 3 assign keys, we could also have it control like the filter cutoff or anything like that, which is pretty freaking awesome. So I'm going to go ahead, hold the save button, save my preset. Now I have this nice lead sound saved, and of course we can use this as a jumping off point in future videos, and it's just nice to have a sound here to play. Yeah, I love this keyboard. It's very fun to play. It's very fast, very immediate. Yeah, very cool. So there we have it, a nice little lead sound. This video was really as much for me as it was for you guys. I just wanted to, document the whole process of going through making a sound from start to finish. I did a little bit of reading in the manual, which I really recommend reading if you have one of these. It's really going to help you. But yeah, I did a little bit of reading and then just decided to jump in and go for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We will be back with the Microfreak with a lot more. I've got a lot of plans for this synth on the channel. I think it fits in so beautifully to the theme of, low-priced instruments that you can get a lot out of. So I hope you guys are excited for that. If you are, go ahead and leave a like on the video. If not, you can leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Help us out on the climb to 1,500 subscribers. We're less than 50 away. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.